how do we solve the housing crisis for first-time home buyers?
I think first-time home buyers in most places in the United States are at a big disadvantage today. The reason being that interest rates are so high, which makes mortgage payments be so high. And that's something that the market has to settle on its own. Young couples or people that want to buy a house now will probably, just like we've always had, get a little bit of help from their parents or their relatives or anybody, for the down payment, and bite the bullet and pay the high mortgages because of the interest rates. But of course, if whatever city you're in, if renting is better, or city, town, anything, if rental is better now, and you should run the math, what's your mortgage going to be versus what the rental is, maybe you just rent for a while until things settle and interest rates go back down, and you can actually, and lending is a little easier for real estate. This is a huge issue that's much bigger than just the crisis. It's also about the supply of homes. It's about our younger generation and whether, how they see housing versus the way older generations saw housing, and owning versus renting. Again, a big issue, but I think if you today are a home buyer and you're young and you're a couple, you just have to run the math. We can't complain all the time. So interest rates are high, they're high, that's just what it is. So just run very simple math. How much is it going to cost to rent versus how much is it going to cost to buy? And is there a down payment that one can make? It's a very strong human instinct to want to own their home. Philosophically, some people think, we're just passing through this earth, and why own anything? Again, that's probably a minority that thinks this way, but there are some people that are looking at the world in this way. And so from that perspective, you just rent and you live your life without ever worrying about it. But there's also a very strong instinct of owning one's own place and raising one's children in it and being there with their partners, life partners, wives, husbands, etc. So I think that the crisis is solvable. The market's going to actually settle at some point, and we're going to have some interest rates that eventually will go down, and housing will become more available and more affordable for young couples. It's a much longer discussion to have, but hopefully in summary, this kind of, when all is said and done, and I'm a young couple, I do the math. Is it better for me to buy? Is it better for me to rent at this stage if I can afford the payments in both?